Get it on.
What is up, everybody? Tis I, SGA, come to you from right here. This is going to be a different video. Today, I am going to be dipping my toe into the political sphere. It's just that I don't really want to because I know how divisive it can be. But really, at this point, what does it matter? People are going to of one side or the other. For the most part, it seems. Doesn't seem like there's an objective view out there. So I'm kind of hoping that this might help and open some eyes. Maybe just open the possibility of, maybe I'm wrong. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Come at me with something that you might think I need to see in order to change my mind. But that being said, being that it is political, I do have some questions for you that, again, I do hope that you look at with an open mind and answer truthfully, and then tell me how you can be voting liberal if you answer no to any of these. Let's just jump right into it. Yes, that does mean that I am going to be voting PC. I'll be voting Pierre. So let's just get that out of the way. But again, come at me with something constructive. Let me know what you have that might change my mind. I'm definitely open for it. I was actually, to be fair, really liking what Ruby Dalla had to say. And then she got ousted and her money got taken from her that she raised as well. So that all makes sense. Anyway, let's jump into the questions. I've got 3, maybe 4 here. And we'll start with the first one. And it kind of leads in from the screenshot, from the thumbnail that I have. If you've got some dude that has set your house on fire or helped out in setting your house on fire, would you then turn to that man and say, yeah, he's the best one to help me put this fire out? Or would you think, whoa, maybe I just need to check this dude and not let him help out, get him as far away from me as possible? Me, I would say, nope, no dice. Get the F out. But that's just me. Number 2, as a student, if you can throw yourself back to your days in school, or maybe you're in school right now, and you were caught stealing some notes, copying a test, plagiarizing anything written, just plagiarizing in general, you would probably get in trouble, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. But I know that if I was caught plagiarizing anything, I'd either have to do it again, or I would get suspended, expelled, and I wouldn't be praised for copying something. Let me know. Next, if someone lies to you by omission, if I were to withhold information from you pertinent to a topic that we were talking about, a question that you asked me, and then all of a sudden, you hear through the grapevine that had you been given certain information, your opinions of me would have changed, or what you thought I was saying would change. Would that be the case? Or would you still think, oh yeah, SG's straight up. He's a stand-up guy. I don't know. Me? No. And this will be the last one. If you find that I were caught flip-flopping, I come up to you and I say, hey, ex-watcher, I love Oreo cookies. But then I go to your friend right beside you and say, Oreo cookies are the worst. I go to the next person. Yeah, they're not bad. And I just start bouncing around with that answer. What would you think of me? That I can't be trusted, right? What's true? What is real? All these questions should be raised when it comes to Mark Carney. Nobody is flawless. I mean, it's human nature. Nobody's perfect. But in this case, I'm looking at the lesser of two evils, which is why I'm going to be going with Pierre. So to you, liberals out there voting Mark Carney blindly, he was part of setting our house on fire. Our house being Canada. Over the last 5 years, yet he advised Justin Trudeau in helping bring Canada down, setting it on fire. To what? Come back and say he's going to put it out? Okay. Well, let's just assume that he's going to come and do that. He's doing it with the exact same crew that helped burn it down. It wasn't just a one-off. It wasn't just Justin Trudeau. He had Mark Carney in the background. He had Chrystia Freeland, right-hand man, woman. And Stephen Guilbeault. Sean Fraser is now coming back because he saw that, well, Liberals weren't going anywhere until Mark Carney came back. And all of a sudden, he's now all about coming back as well. So even if Carney was the answer, you'd think you'd come with maybe a firefighter or two, not the same group of arsonists carrying the gas jugs and blowtorches. I don't know. Let me know. Again, I can be objective. I can, which is why I think Ruby Dollar would have been a great choice for you as leader. But again, she even ticked off some DEI boxes. Not that that was all she had going for her, but it might have helped. Anyway, that aside, as far as cheating in school, the dude had a number of items that were deemed as plagiarism in his doctoral thesis. Anyway, and that's okay. Let's assume he didn't plagiarize that. How about taking Pierre Poilievre's platform, axing the tax, which he did not do. He only put a pause on it. And take it. I mean, I'm hearing the same talking points coming out of him as well from the Pierre camp. Come up with something on your own. Why don't you tell us that you're a Marxist and that you appreciate the communist regime and that capitalism is terrible? Just come out and say it. That's what you actually believe. Don't take on somebody else's platform and then play it off as your own, only to then flip-flop when you get into power, which, God willing, you will not. Lying by omission? The guy doesn't tell us anything. His financial positions that he had going into this so-called blind trust. Oh man, he's loving that blind trust. He's really hiding behind that one. But my God, how can you trust this guy? It's come out that he's had stuff in Bahamas and now the Cayman Islands as tax shelters. I'm paying 40, 50% tax, and this guy's hiding his millions, billions in offshore accounts. Awesome. But not only that, we won't know what that is. We don't know what he actually has. It's put in a blind trust. Did you not know it was going into that blind trust before you signed off on it? Going into that blind trust? Come on. What? Yeah. Sure. Just shady, shady, shady. And now, oh yeah, all of a sudden Cayman Islands comes up and the dude needs a 3-day extended break from the campaign trail as, you know, things are starting to heat up. Ties to China, ties to these Cayman Island accounts. Come on, dude. Guys, how can you... Trump isn't the bad guy. Trump, I don't agree with him, but going up against him, why are the Chinese doing this? We've heard about the Trump tariffs. What about the Chinese tariffs on Saskatchewan, on grain and the fisheries out east? We have not heard about that. Why? Why not? No, it's just Trump. He's the only one. because China wants to separate us. Divide and conquer is a way to get to us, and they are doing that brick by brick. And getting this guy in, that's a really big brick to dismantle, to take down. And really, he has just been the nonstop flip-flopper. Whatever. Like, the carbon tax, it's great. It's not great. Opening up the pipelines, and then not... What's he gonna do? The guy is just terrible. He's not good for Canada. I'm not saying that Pierre is the answer. But after 10 years, almost 10 years of liberal dismantling of Canada, it's time for a change, I think. And I know this is going to be polarizing, but please, I beg you, I ask you to ask yourself these questions. If I were to burn down your house, would you ask me to put it out, to help you put it out? If you knew that I was cheating on tests, on assignments, would you believe me the next time that I didn't? I don't, and really, I'm going to end on this. We are a democratic society, not a communist society. Yet he has backed multiple MPs with ties to communist China, one of which who called for an opponent to be kidnapped and dropped off at the Chinese consulate. I am a Greek Canadian, a proud Greek Canadian. I love this country. I love what it has to offer, and it has so much to offer. And I think at this time, Pierre might be the only one to unlock that. And if you made it to the end of this, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know that politics are divisive, but I am very worried about where we are going to be. My wife and I have already discussed a possible move if things go south, and we really don't want to, but it is something that we have discussed. And I know that, I mean, there's Clyde Do Something from that channel has already gone, and I'm sure a number of others will as well. Jasmine Lane, the Elevate podcasters, they might all go too, which again, to you liberals, it's not going to matter. But at some point, I think you're going to end up seeing that you're on the wrong side of history when it comes to this. Let's hope it's not too late to correct those mistakes, get back on the right track, get Canada to where it once was, and let's just all be friends again. Let's just all get along, have open discussions. Like I said, I'm open to hearing the alternate side of my argument. Let's share. Let's talk. Let's not vandalize and just hate, because that gets you nowhere. Oh my goodness. I think I rambled on a lot longer than I expected at 15 minutes. Let's see how well the editing goes. And with the music in the background, I don't think it's going to go too well. But that being said, I will wrap things up here. Do check out those other podcasters. I mean, there are so many great ones. Moose on the Loose. Like I said, Jasmine Lane, the Elevate Podcast, Rebel News, Juno News, Mr. Sunshine Baby. Big shout out to all of them who kind of inspired me to do this. I don't know that I will do any more political stuff, but if this gets some traction, maybe I will. I just want to toss in my 2 cents at this point, because it is coming to an end. Our election is around the corner, and boy, oh boy, I'm nervous, but optimistic at the same time. That being said, tis I, SG80, come to you from right here. Hit me up. Do hit that sub button. Do hit that like button. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I am not polished when it comes to this, so you know what? If I keep doing these, maybe I will be. Have yourselves a great night. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.